Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I've got some news for you guys from Nintendo Direct Live. And if you don't know what that is, it's a massive Nintendo event that happens every couple of months, basically discussing everything Nintendo coming in the next few months / couple of years. So, let's hop straight into the news, shall we? With the first and only announcement from Super Smash Bros. And that is that two characters from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Pyra and Mythra, are coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate this March. Moving on to Legend of Zelda release dates. Oh yeah, I should just say one thing. A majority of these release dates are this year. There's only a couple that aren't, and those will be specified. No, there's one that isn't, and there's a few that aren't confirmed. So, if I mention a month, it's this year. But if I say a year with it, it's not, obviously. Anyway, Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel will have more news on it this year. Unconfirmed as to when exactly, but we will learn some stuff about it before the year's out. The Legend of Zelda The Skyward Sword, which originally released on the Nintendo Wii in 2011, is now coming to the Nintendo Switch on the 16th of July. And to coincide with the release of Skyward Sword on the Switch, the Nintendo Switch itself will have two new Joy-Cons, which will be themed on the Skyward Sword, which will be released on the same day, July 16th. Moving on to Splatoon, Splatoon 3 has been announced for the Switch to release in 2022. That's the date that's not this year. All the rest are either this year or unconfirmed. Mario Super Golf Rush will release on the 25th of June this year. Project Triangle Strategy, which is a working title, looks as if it's a successor to the Octopath Traveler, which will release in 2022. Oh yeah, that's the other release date for 2022. Anyway, Star Wars Hunters has been announced, which will take place between Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi, which will release on an unconfirmed date this year. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout will release in summer of 2021. Hyrule Warriors will get an expansion pack, which will bring 2 waves of content. Again, the release date is unconfirmed, I believe. So, yeah, that's a shame. The Ninja Gaiden Master Collection, which will include all 3 Ninja Gaiden games, will release on the 10th of June this year. Animal Crossing will be getting Super Mario items, such as warp pipes, which will let you insta-travel across your island, which is pretty cool, and a few costumes as well, as well as a ton of other items from the Super Mario franchise. That will release next week on the 25th of February, so keep an eye out for that, Animal Crossing New Horizons players. The Nintendo 3DS title, Miitopia, will be coming to the Switch this May, which means you can make your own Miis again, and use them in a battle-type game. It's a very not me game, but it's a game for the Miis. So, yeah, you can recreate your own Miis, or make new ones if you didn't like your originals, back in the Nintendo Wii days, and you can use them for battles, which is pretty cool. So that's releasing May, yes. Anyway, the extremely popular game, Outer Wilds, I'm sure you guys have heard of it, is also coming to the Switch this summer. So that's pretty cool. 2 Famicom Detective games are coming exclusively to the Switch this year, of course, because there's no consoles that Nintendo have running currently, as the 3DS and DS lines have stopped production, as well as the Wii. Anyway, Samurai Warriors 5, which is a spin-off to the Dynasty Warriors franchise, will be released this summer also. A Legend of Mana remaster has been announced for the Switch, and will be a slight update too, adding features such as turning off enemy encounters. So, there'll be a remaster / an update to the original, which is pretty cool. A new trailer for the game Monster Hunter Rise was revealed ahead of its March 26th release. So, that's there to look forward to pretty soon. The game Tales from the Borderlands, which is based on the Borderlands series, will release on the Switch on the 24th of March this year. A surprise release on the day of Nintendo Direct was Capcom Arcade Stadium, which is a massive collection of Capcom games. So I assume that will include Street Fighter and many other titles. So that can be bought and downloaded now, as it was released the day of Nintendo Direct. Stubbs the Zombie will be released on March the 16th on the Switch, as well as PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So all consoles and all platforms getting it. Anyway, No More Heroes, which was originally released on the Nintendo Wii, will come to the Switch on the 27th of August, so that's a few months away, but it's still fairly soon. Neon White, which is a first-person card battler, is coming to the Switch on an unconfirmed date. Now, I suppose you could kind of compare that to Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering, kind of. So that's the sort of thing they're going for there. DC Superhero Girls Scene Power, which will allow you to play as pretty much every female DC superhero, will release on the Switch on the 4th of June this year. A new Plants vs. Zombies game called Plants vs. Zombies Neighborville, that's it, will release on the 19th of March. I completely forgot the subtitle then. Whoops. Anyway, Knockout City, which is a dodgeball multiplayer game, will release on the Switch on an unconfirmed date. World's End Club is a side-scroll game which will allow you to journey all the way across Japan. Now, that can be comparable to the original Mario games, so it won't be that sort of graphics, but it'll be a side-scrolling game, so left, right, and that's it. Break will release in this year at some point. Bravely Default 2 has had its trailer revealed ahead of its release next week on the 26th of February. Saga Frontier, which was originally released on the PS1, got a trailer for its remastered edition, which will release on the Nintendo Switch on the 15th of April. So, bit of a console change there for that game. Pretty interesting. Don't know how Nintendo swung that. But, weird. Anyway, the Ghosts and Goblins reboot, titled Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, that's where my mess-up came in earlier, whoops, will release next week on the 25th of February. So 3 games are releasing next week, which is pretty cool. The Switch port of Apex Legends received a new trailer, which will release on the 9th of March, so that's very soon. The video game Hades will receive a physical edition, which will release on the 19th of March, which will include a PC download code for the game's soundtrack and a 32-page full-colour character compendium, which is pretty cool. And the final announcement from Nintendo Direct Live. I will keep you guys updated on if any of those unconfirmed games get release dates. And yeah, that was everything that was announced. So that is going to do it for this video, guys. As always, people, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to mine and Roxanne's YouTube channels. Her link's down in the description. My sub button is down there somewhere, you guys can see it. Once you've clicked our sub buttons, don't forget to click both of our bell icons to get both sets of our notifications as well. Comment, because why not, and let me know what you want to see first from the Nintendo Direct Live announcements, and which games you'll be getting once they release. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Roxanne on her blog and Twitter. Those links are down there in the description, which is the down arrow next to the video title. Again, you guys can see that. I cannot. And lastly, don't forget to share this video with all of your friends, so they join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Goodbye.